Nighttime baseball from Progressive Field here in the Buckeye State of Ohio. Tonight, the first of this quick two-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Cleveland Indians. Which of these two will prevail? Next on the show. Corey Kluber is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Cleveland. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, remember, he's got 5 pitches to work with, so that really makes it difficult for the hitter. He can change speeds, ball moving in and out. Not a lot of fun for the hitters.
First pitch moments away as the leadoff man Alex Rios makes his way into the batter's box.
Right fielder, Alex Rios.
And we're underway as the first pitch is a check swing, but a called strike, 0-1. Eric, we take a look at the Tribe as they begin here tonight. They come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
I think it's finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Slurve doesn't get the call, and it's full now, 3-2. Grounded down the third baseline. There's Sandoval. Throw too late, and he's on with an infield single to open up the ball game. Oh, but look here. The manager's up and out of the dugout, so it appears he might opt to challenge that last safe call at first.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's one more look at it right here. Tough to tell for sure from that angle. We'll have to wait and see what the signal is from the dugout.
So here's the signal from the bench, and they will indeed ask for the play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
The Indians have elected to.
Okay, well, we're going to get one more look at it right here. Is there enough video evidence to overturn this call? Yeah, I think that shot right there makes it look like he might have been out. So this might be a well-used challenge.
Okay, so it looks like the umpires are wrapping up their decision, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned, and instead of having a base runner at first, the bases will now be empty. Scooter Gennett will stand in here with a runner at first to start the inning. Now, I know both of you are more familiar with the art of hitting as opposed to the art of pitching, but on a wet night like this, who do you think this favors?
Well, I think it favors the pitcher. I know they're going to argue, well, the grip, but the ball doesn't carry on wet nights. So if I'm out there, I'm saying, look, pitcher advantage.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. The rain, as we've mentioned, coming down fairly steadily here at game time. EK, how'd you like playing in the rain?
It wasn't that bad. The only problem, sometimes up at the plate, batting gloves would get wet while it was raining. It made it a little difficult to hit.
And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, my man Larry, he's solid. Rarely do many people get upset with his calling of the strike zone because it doesn't really seem like he favors any one part of the zone more than another.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Lifted the other way to left center. Brantley is under it. And that's the second out of the inning. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, Matt, I'm going to be looking to see if that guy in the 7th spot can stay hot. He's hitting over 400 so far here in April. Obviously, we can't get too excited about it because there is so much season left, but he's off to a great start.
Carlos Gomez is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Kluber steps into his windup. Here it comes on 1-0. This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. And now the Indians will see what their bats can do in a scoreless ball game. Kyle Loesch will be the man on the mound for the Brewers. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, this will be his 2nd start of the season. In his 1st start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
Jason Kipnis comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 1st. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. And EK, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, they come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
Drilled to the right side, and this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Well, that curveball is going to be an important pitch for him to locate going forward. This one's not terrible, but it is over the plate, and it gets turned into a leadoff single.
Stepping in now, Francisco Linder, as he'll swing and lift a foul ball off to the left and out of play. The 0-1. And this one's in the dirt. And he is safe at second base as the decision to move up pays off, and that'll likely be scored a wild pitch.
This may have something to do with the rain that's falling out there. It looked like he just lost his grip on the baseball, and they'll certainly rule that a wild pitch.
No one out with a runner at second. One pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
And you know, all you have to do is point back to yesterday's ball game. This was part of their downfall, hitting with runners in scoring position. They just couldn't sustain any kind of offense. So this would be a big boost if he could turn the tide a little bit here and come through big.
Segura with a sliding stop. Got him.
Woo, no problem. Well, this is a pretty high degree of difficulty right here. It helps when you've got a strong arm to make this play. You see him do almost a pop-up slide as he fields this thing, and then from then on out, it is all arm, folks. Boy, that's very well done.
Here's Bryce Harper now. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
Oh, tough pitches here, back to back. And now he's not going to give him anything good with a runner at second base.
One out and a runner on second base. And they'll just waste one there, 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. In the dirt, but swung on and missed. Lucroy has it, but the throw is late, and he's aboard after the strikeout. So good awareness that time, as that'll go as a strikeout, but he's aboard on the drop third strike. Andrew McCutchen will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball one. Runners are at first and second with one away. A throw behind the runner at second. Back in standing.
Just keeping an eye on him.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Chopped in front of home plate. And indeed, he'll not even try as he goes to first, and that means two men are in scoring position now with two away. Time now in Cleveland to take a glance at the Tribe's starting lineup. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Steve?
Well, I'll tell you what, this team has their ace on the mound, so it's probably not going to take a whole lot of offense to get a win for them.
Michael Brantley will step in for the first time, and as you can see, not the fastest of starts for him this first week of the season. And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at second and third with 2 gone. High in the air and deep to left center field. Parra going back on it, still going back. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Indians strand a couple. After 1, no score. Will Bankston will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Kluber sets his sights. First pitch on the way. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Swing and a miss as he ran that in on him. A ball and 2 strikes. Skied into straightaway right. Harper is there, makes the play, 1 away. And with that, let's give you a look at how the Tribe stacks up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, the center fielder in this one, as good as anybody out there in the field. Has a lot of speed, can cover a lot of ground, and most importantly, he's very reliable.
Jonathan Lucroy will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. First pitch of the at-bat. Cut fastball taken for strike 1. No score here as we play inning number 2. Nope. Little bit low that time, maybe outside as well. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Grounded to the right. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Batting sixth, first baseman, Hunter Morris.
Hunter Morris will get his first opportunity now, and you can see that average pushing up near 350 to start things out. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now. Very patient here in these opening few innings.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to need to do. The more hitters counts that you can get yourself in, the more fastballs you're going to see. And this is a good fastball hitting team.
Nope. 3-0.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
2 out, nobody on. And that's over. 3-1. Hit to short. Linder takes it in. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Gone in order are the Brewers. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Carlos Santana will stand in, hoping he can be the same kind of run producer he was yesterday when he drove in 3 of his guys' 4 eventual runs. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. A little bouncer. Foul ball, however, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Hard liner to center field. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. So with the leadoff man aboard, we take a trip into the recent past here as we call on our graphic for today's edition of This Date in Baseball History. Pablo Sandoval will stand in, 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's ball game. from the stretch. Lays off 1-0. One-0 count. Here it is. And good patience here from Sandoval. It's 2-0 now.
A couple of tight pitches here to start this at bat. You can't really say you're getting squeezed, but he's not really getting any help either.
3-0 now. At the very least, he certainly established the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, but it's not going to do him a whole lot of good if none of those can find the strike zone.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
He thought he had him right there. You can see him look into home plate asking, where was that? High? You got to be kidding me.
Coming to the plate now, Vladimir Valentian. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball 1.
And you know, I've always thought if you're pretty sure a guy might be trying to bunt, then put that first pitch out of the strike zone. Make him show you his intentions. Maybe you get him to offer it something that he shouldn't.
A 1-0 delivery. Sacrifice attempt here. And the throw will come to first, so the sacrifice works as planned. With a moment now, let's take a look at the Brewers defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, we've got the reigning Gold Glove Award winner in left field. Great with outfield assists, covers a lot of ground, and really one of the smartest players at his position.
Stepping in, Yan Gomes. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And this is low, ball 1. Not quite reaching 90 with the fastball, but it's 1-1 now. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Has to be thinking strikeout here. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Well, even though it's just the second inning, you sure don't want to get in the habit of leaving runners in scoring position. So now this next at-bat is going to be a pretty telling one early on.
2 men on. 2 out, and standing in now, the power-hitting second baseman, Jason Kipnis. Here's a two-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. That evens it up, 1-1. Bottom of the second here with no score. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. And that misses 2-2.
You get a good look right there. Already 33 pitches now through an inning and 2/3. That's an awfully high number this early.
Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Gomez is going to get there, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Indians strand a couple. We'll move to the third with no score. Chris Davis, and this he'll get a break from playing the field and be the DH here in this one.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have here in an interleague ball game. You give him a little bit of a break from the field, but you still keep that big bat in the lineup.
In there, strike one. Ripped on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
Batting 8, left fielder, Gerardo Parra.
Gerardo Parra will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training, as he has really struggled in the early going. Shoots this one to first, but good hands over there at first, and that becomes out number 2.
Batting 9.
Well, don't worry. I'll tell you, if you keep hitting the ball like this, sooner or later it's going to even out as the season goes on. Just a little unlucky right there as he hits that ball right at him.
Gene Segura will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Third inning, no score to this point. Up top, it's 2-0. And with 2 away here, this is not the time to lose the strike zone.
Especially not to a number 9 hitter. The last thing you want to do is turn this lineup over and give these guys a shot to make something out of this inning after all.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter is going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
And this is on the inside edge, perhaps off the inside edge, but it's a called strike. 2-2 now.
Real good lateral movement on that 2-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Francisco Linder digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
The shortstop, Francisco Linder.
First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Loesch is ready. Here's the 2-1. And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
And the count will be full. And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
You can't fault the pitch selection or the location there. It's well placed, maybe just a hair off the outside corner. But 3-2, that's where you want to be.
Bryce Harper is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
He's set. Here it comes. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball one.
Now here's a good spot to finally break through against this guy. You've got the leadoff man on, the heart of the order's coming up, and maybe this is a good chance to get that goose egg off the scoreboard.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1.
Even though that's a strike, that's still not a bad take because you're facing a guy that's already walked a few guys, so make him throw some more pitches. Run that pitch count up.
Right side. And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one.
Yeah, a big hole on the right side of the infield. You see it there. With the first baseman holding, the second baseman at double play depth, there's a lot of real estate out there, and he just bounces it right through the opening.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over, and he's able to jump ahead.
First and second here with nobody out. Squared that one up just a little late. Now a look and a throw back to second, and he'll get back in standing. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Boy, it's already been a tough start to this inning as it is. And now the wild pitch is going to make things even tougher, as that'll move two men into scoring position now, still with nobody out.
A ball and two strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Segura has it. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. But no, he'll put on the brakes and head back to third.
Just a simple ground ball right here, but that's going to do the trick. And that puts our first run on the board here on the RBI groundout.
Michael Brantley gets a shot here as he'll look to pick up the second run of the inning now from third base.
And, you know, he doesn't really have to do that much right here. With one out, there's a ton of different ways for him to drive that guy in.
First delivery to him on the way. Swing hard liner to left center. And that's into the outfield for a one-out hit.
He's gotten off to a really slow start here in April. Well, maybe this can help him snap out of it. That's a sharp single there.
Carlos Santana is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip. First pitch on its way. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Now with runners at the corners, up by one with one away, you know, some managers, they will at least consider the possibility of a hit and run here.
Pitch out. Nothing doing. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
And he misses badly with a fastball here, and it's 3-1 now.
And up at the plate now, he's really in the driver's seat. I don't think they want to walk him, so this should be something good.
Set. Here's the 3-1. And this one misses to Santana, and he'll take that free pass down to first.
That's 2 walks now here in this 3rd inning. I mean, it seems like he's having a hard time picking up the catcher right now.
Pablo Sandoval.
Bases are loaded here with 1 away. And standing in now, the versatile Pablo Sandoval. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Out in front of it, strike 1. Pulled toward right center field. Gomez on the run, but he won't get there. It falls in. 1 run scores. Oh, and with 2 men on third, they're going to get an out of this.
Now batting.
And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. Vladimir Valentian comes forward looking to add to this early lead as he'll bat with a couple of guys in scoring position.
Yeah, and you know one man who'd love for him to come through big time right here is his pitcher. We'll see if he can get it done.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
And with 2 walks in the inning already, he can't afford to fall behind anybody else if he wants to stay in the game.
Second and third, 2 away. A high strike there, and it's 1-1. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that 2-seamer to right-handed hitters. Make sure that pitch gets inside instead of staying out over the plate. But that one ran just a little too much to catch the corner.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
He still needs 1 more strike, but hey, if he can get out of here only giving up 2 runs, I'd call that a win.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. Hit on the ground to third. Bankston is there on to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 3 innings complete. Cleveland's out in front, 2-0. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in the right-handed hitting Alex Rios.
Alex Rios.
Kluber's ready. Here's the first pitch. Tapped out in front of home. Gomes scoops it up. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Yeah, and you know, that's a nice play back there behind the plate. For a big guy, look how quickly he springs to his feet, gets rid of that mass, and then he finds the ball here to make the throw to first to get his man.
Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. No runs, no hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And, oh, look out as the cutter ran way in and just about drilled him.
I think it's pretty simple. The message here is stop leaning out over the plate. A pitcher's got to be able to work inside, so that's just a reminder there.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. And with the tying run in the on-deck circle, the question, does he take a look at another one here?
He just might. You're still going to see a good pitch on 3-2, even if this one's a strike.
And that one is a cold strike as he's rebounded to run it full now, 3-2. And this is a strike 3 called. Oh, caught a break there. 2 away.
Man, and not only has he not allowed a hit to this point, but he's also faced the minimum so far. You can't do much better than that.
Carlos Gomez digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
Cut fastball in there for a called strike.
Well, this guy has thrown a first pitch strike to about 50% of the batters he's faced. He's pitching well, but those numbers could be pumped up a little bit.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, and this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. Will Bankston would be next. No walks yet. Here's the delivery. Called strike 2, and now it's full, 3-2. Two out, nobody on. Smoke toward the hole. Kipnis ranging deep into the hole, and he will get him at first on a fine spin and throw from short right, and that ends the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. They're still down. It's 2-0. Yan Gomes will step in to lead it off for Cleveland. He'll be followed in the order by Jason Kipnis.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Here it comes on 1-1. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Comes back with a fastball low, and that moves it to 3-1 now. Waiting his turn on deck next is Jason Kipnis. Line drive to left, and that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
Jason Kipnis will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
He's set, and the pitch. Off the plate and low here, ball one.
This fourth inning's not starting out any better than the third did.
Action in that Milwaukee bullpen now as a left-hander started to throw out there. The 1-0 delivery. Bunt attempt, and it looks like a good one. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
Now batting, shortstop,
Francisco Linder digs in. He reached on a walk his last time up and later came around to score. Here comes the first pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And he's retired here, one away.
You certainly love a one-pitch pop-out in that spot. That's like a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Bryce Harper will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. And he takes ball one.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
Tap fouled at home plate. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in a strike zone.
First and second now, 1 man out. All even now, 2-2. Lifted the other way out to left center. Gomez is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. So with 2 on and 2 out now, let's have a look at our pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters. And we've got a power guy versus more a finesse guy, and that's illustrated here. 96 versus just 90 miles an hour is the top 2 speeds. Andrew McCutchen gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. It's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
Outside with the fastball, that's 1-0. 2 down, runners at first and second. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Lays off the fastball low, and it goes to 2 balls and a strike.
A 2-out hit here would be nice, but a 2-out walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either.
And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
You know what? I don't know if there's ever a good time for a hit by pitch, but there are definitely some bad times, and that was a bad time right there. Now you load the bases, and you do it for a dangerous hitter as well.
Derek Holland is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the 4th inning. Here's Michael Brantley as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Tough spot here for a left-handed hitter facing a guy that's exceptionally tough on lefties.
Yeah, you generally get so many at-bats against right-handed pitching. Now you're in a good RBI spot, and you're stuck facing a guy like this.
Cold strike at the knees, 1-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Oh, and he had a pitch to hit right there, too. He just didn't hit it.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 3 left for the Indians as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Will Bankston heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Kluber gets the sign. First pitch on its way. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game because right now they just seem out of it.
Now a step off as they try to get on the same page. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Taken high and deep to right. Back goes Harper, still ranging back. Now a leaping effort at the wall, but he comes up empty. This one is gone. Home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field as the Brewers have cut the lead to 2-1 now.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered in yesterday's ball game too, so he's riding a pretty good hot streak these past couple of days.
Now batting, catcher, Jonathan Lucroy.
In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
That's the way you want to see guys respond after giving up a home run. You know, some guys, they go into a shell, they hang their heads. Some guys get a little gun shy, they start to nibble at the corners. This guy, he gets teed off, and he comes right after the next guy in the lineup. If I'm a pitching coach, that's what I want to see.
Standing in now, Hunter Morris. Chopped foul right at home plate. 1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
He'll just keep adding and subtracting speed on his pitches. That's how the good ones do it.
Swing and a miss. Got him with the slurve there. 2 gone.
Well, this is how you bounce back from giving up a home run. Back-to-back strikeouts. As a pitcher, you've got to have a short memory out there, and
He looks like he's come back from that one in pretty good shape.
Here's Chris Davis now. Into the seats, 0-1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Hit to third. Sandoval has it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Brewers claw back just a bit on the solo home run. Middle of the night here from Progressive Field. It's the Indians 2 and the Brewers 1. Back alongside Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, as Carlos Santana will settle in to lead things off here for Cleveland. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. One and one, here it comes. And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Changeup, and that fades down and away, 2-2. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. And prior to the 2-2, he'll step out of the box and ask for time. And now maybe a mind game or two going on down there as he steps out a second time in the AB. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full, 3-2.
And when you need a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk's not on the agenda. You better bear down right here.
Grounded up the first baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. And before the big 3-2 pitch, time is called at home plate. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. And he makes the throw to first. Santana is retired, and there's one away.
Oh, this one could have been trouble. But that's a nice play behind the plate to clear himself of the runner and then make a good throw on to first base to get the putout.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And standing in now, the versatile Pablo Sandoval. Into the windup and the pitch. Line to the right side. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Yeah, and plenty of hits here so far, but not a lot to show for it in the run column. Maybe this can help turn that around as they get a man on here with just one away.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Vladimir Valentian. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit down the line at first. Segura for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Both teams battling the elements thus far, but we've got a tight game through 5. We're back with more on this Monday night after this. Gerardo Parra will come in now to start things out here in their half of the 6th as they look for a reversal of fortunes here. The first 5 innings have not been particularly kind to them.
Yeah, and I think that's putting it mildly. Just one hit in these first 5 innings. They're going to need to do a better job of finding good pitches to hit. But that fella on the mound has not made it easy on him, and that's for sure.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Now it's swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
And that right there, that's why these guys only have one hit. He's had him chasing at shadows this entire ball game.
Hit hard up the middle. And that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single.
The shortstop.
Into the box now, Gene Segura. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Kluber pauses. Here comes the first pitch. Very weakly on the ground. That's foul, so the runner will have to head back. A swinging bunt to the mound. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. So striding in, Alex Rios, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Swing and a line drive. Foul. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. On the ground to the right side. Santana's got it, and he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
Well, at the very least, he does move that runner up to third base. But with 2 away now, I don't think that's exactly what he was hoping to accomplish. I think he wanted to drive him in.
Scooter Gennett stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Not the first time he's felt the squeeze tonight.
Yeah, he's looked.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Milwaukee leaves 1. They still trail it here 2-1. Yan Gomes will step in to lead it off for Cleveland. He'll be followed in the order by Jason Kipnis. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And this one's down off the shoe tops, 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Hit down the third base line, but this will get foul. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He's fallen behind now. 3-1. Jason Kipnis is on deck. And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
If you're looking for a good way to add to a 1-run lead, a leadoff walk never hurts. Let's see how they want to play this from here.
Now some movement out in the Milwaukee bullpen. Both the lefty and a right-hander have begun to stretch it out. And he pops up the bunt attempt. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Maybe a little bit fortunate there from an offensive point of view that they didn't try for 2 right here. You'll see he doesn't get this ball very far out, but the catcher decides right away to play it safe and just take the out at first.
Into the box now, Francisco Linder, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one.
Yeah, and you got to be careful that you don't go up there helping them out, especially if you get that feeling that they're trying to work around you.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Low scoring game thus far, 2-1 here in the 6th. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game, and he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Rios is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. And he's up to 3rd safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, this is a nice catch here moving toward that right field line. No chance to prevent that runner from moving up to 3rd, though, and he gets over there with only 1 out.
Here's Bryce Harper now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
Very tempting up there, but that's also a pitch that a lot of guys will pop up. So that's a nice job of laying off.
Liner towards 2nd. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from 3rd. It's now 3-1.
Well, nothing will put a smile on your manager's face quite like a 2-out RBI. Well, things weren't looking good. He looked like he was going to get stranded out there, but he comes through to drive him home.
Andrew McCutchen steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Hit hard down the right field line, but foul. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. 7th. Back here in Cleveland, 7th inning coming up with the Indians on top. But before we get any further, let's check out our game summary for the first 6 innings. Carlos Gomez will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. First offering on its way. And a high strike there, 0-1.
And this rain is intensifying now. This is as hard as it's come down all night.
Jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate. Swing and a foul tip, but that's held onto behind the plate. It's a strikeout for out number 1.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made one bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Will Bankston will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Cut fastball inside, ball 1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0. Came with a circle change, 2-0, but he can't make contact, 2-1.
Boy, that changeup's had him eaten out of his hand.
Oh, and they've been falling all over themselves trying to get it. But you've just got to know that that's not going to be a strike. It looks like it is, but it isn't.
And that's low, ball 4.
Just the first walk he's given up here so far to go along with just the 2 hits. So he's been pretty well in command throughout this entire start.
Some stirring now in the Cleveland bullpen. They'll get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing. Jonathan Lucroy is in for the 3rd time here as he watches one that misses low. It's a ball and no strikes. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
The pitch is circle changed just a bit inside, and it's 2-0 now.
Now on 2-0, we've got a fastball count, and we've got a good fastball hitter. That might spell some trouble if he indeed gets one out over the plate.
There's a strike. It's 2-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Ripped down the first base line. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. 2-2 count. Here it comes. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
Now the question, do you send the guy on 3-2 with 1 out? You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
And he misses again here. It's ball 4. And that's back-to-back walks here with 1 away.
Hunter.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Hunter Morris. But a single here could reduce the deficit to only 1.
Yeah, you know, sometimes guys get caught up in thinking about being the big hero. The key here, though, is just keep it simple. See the ball, hit the ball. Usually the best results come with that mindset.
I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2. Bullpen working behind him, but you know this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. A couple of walks, but no damage. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Tom Gorzolani will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Tom Gorzolani.
Michael Brantley gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point.
Left fielder, Michael.
Hard hit ball to second. Leaps high as he makes the catch. Well done.
Well, I'll tell you what, he had to get up for that one. Sometimes the leap is a little bit more showy, but not here. He was up there a good 2 or 3 feet to pull it in.
Here's Carlos Santana now, as he'll go after the first pitch and send a ground ball down to 3rd. On to 1st, and Gorzolani's really settling in here. 2 away.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 48.
Digging in, Pablo Sandoval. He singled his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no... Chris Davis will stand in to start out their half of the eighth with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
Wisely lays off the cut fastball there. It's 2-1.
You got to think one thing here. Get on base. A walk will do the trick.
2-1 pitch, a circle change taken for a called strike 2.
And this isn't the first guy that's been frozen by that pitch tonight. He's had a lot of guys shaking their heads so far.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now, 3-2.
And down by 2, you better believe they'll take a leadoff walk right here. Anything to get a base run.
Got him. The slurve that time, and that'll be the first out of the inning. With that, we'll give you a look at our starter comparison for the two starting pitchers in the game, and the column to look at is the one on the right side of your screen. Not too many hits to go around at this point in the ballgame. Gerardo Parra steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. A changeup floats outside here for ball 1. Cut fastball, and it's by him, 1-1. Next pitch here will be number 100 through 7 1/3. Swing and a miss on the cut fastball, 1-2.
Well, it's becoming pretty clear that that's how they want to attack him. Run that cutter in on his hands, hopefully get him to hit something down on the label.
Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. Dribbled back toward the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down.
The shortstop,
Gene Segura will stand in as they're quickly down to their final 4 outs tonight.
And Matt, they'd like nothing more than to ignite a 2-out rally right here. Maybe scratch at least 1 across before the 9th.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. On the ground to third. Sandoval fields it cleanly. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They still trail it here, 3-1. Vladimir Valentian digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
And a slider that catches a lot of the plate that time, and it's sent out to deep left center field. And this one is gone. So a solo shot here to left center field, and the Tribe have opened it up to 4-1.
Well, you figure it's only a matter of time till this guy gets going. That's his first home run here on the season, and you can bet it ain't going to be his last.
Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Well, that home run a moment ago, estimated at 425 feet. That's wide, 2-0.
I think he's letting this situation get the better of him out there. But you have to have a short memory if you're a relief pitcher. You can't dwell on what just happened.
Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
And that's what the two-seam fastball will do for you. Running away, not just for strikeouts. Here he gets him to hit it on the ground for an easy out.
Jason Kipnis comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0. Slapped hard the opposite way. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
Yeah, a nice effort here at third. It gets on him pretty quickly. Maybe if he's a foot taller, he's got a shot, but this one had left field written all over it.
And he'll step off and fire to the bag. And the runner will get back standing. Into the box, Francisco Linder hits it high and deep out to center field. Back goes Gomez at the track. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Well, if this is a day game, this is a home run. You know, a night game, much different story here. This place just doesn't have the same kind of carry to it under the lights, and this winds up being a long out to the warning track.
And maybe trying to get him off stride at the plate, so he'll step out and ask for time. From the stretch. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line and left. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. But the Indians add to their lead thanks to this solo home run. Last chance coming up for the Brewers. It's now 4-1 in favor of the Indians. Cody Allen is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Number 39, Cody Allen.
Alex Rios will stand in to lead things off, as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, between the top three guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
Hit high and deep out to left center field. Brantley going back. Gone! So a solo shot off the bat of Alex Rios. And the Brewers have cut it to a 4-2 score now.
One rule for being a successful closer, you gotta keep the ball in the ballpark. And he's still got a lead to work with after this home run, but his margin for error is pretty much gone now.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett. As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Yeah, it's kind of been one of those days. There haven't been too many balls hit hard, and even when they do hit one hard, it's an atom ball.
Carlos Gomez will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike.
They're definitely making him work out there. He came in trying to shut the door, and he has not had an easy time of it.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Allen's ready. Here it is on a ball and 2 strikes. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Well, he's made 5 or 6 quality pitches in this inning, but he just made the one bad one. And you can bet that's the one he's going to remember when he gets back to the dugout. Good job here, though, because he bounced back to retire the next 2 guys that he faced.
Stepping in now, Will Bankston. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Now his swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. And that's going to put an end to this one. And the Indians have taken the opener here at home as this ball game is over.
Well, he did serve up the home run here to make this one a little bit more interesting. But in the end, he does get the job done, and he nails down the save.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he wound up turning things over to his bullpen in the 9th, but still, 8 strong innings for him. And he was hitting his spots all game long.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Indians win this one 4-2. Good night from Cleveland.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Cleveland Indians. 4 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They left 12 men on base.